Hey, Den family, it's Den Mother Amanda coming live again. I hope everybody's had a good day today and gonna continue to have a good day. Um, I don't know, I might go through a smorgasbord of topics. First off, start out with some stuff with kind of like what I want to try to accomplish in my for a nonprofit 501c3. And I want to trying to get a 501c3 started so I can help the transgender, transsexual community when it comes to possible transportation to and from their surgical appointments and with places to stay if they live outside of the area. Because it can be expensive, whether it's through an Airbnb or a hotel. Hotels are very expensive, especially if it's in a larger city. And it's difficult. The affordability, I've noticed where depending on where you're going to, it's 2 weeks to a month at within an hour's range of where you're having surgery at. So in case there's any complications right after surgery, that they can be taken care of relatively safely and quickly. And I've noticed where it can range anywhere from $2,500 to about $5,000 for an Airbnb for anywhere from 2 to 4 weeks. And at a hotel, it can range anywhere from 7,000 to 14,000 to for 2 to 4 weeks at a hotel, and it does get very expensive. Plus, have to take one, at least have to have at least one person with you for these transgender surgical procedures. I know for two of them mainly, for one for bottom surgery and one for facial feminization surgery. And it's because it's going to be difficult to take care of yourself afterwards for a little while, especially with bottom surgery. Um, Walking can be difficult. It can be difficult for a while. um, Things of that nature. And I did put a place to donate to help with the channel, or maybe help me with starting that nonprofit that I would like to hopefully help get started in my area, and maybe try to eventually work it outwards. And at least that's going to be a starting point. And through time, I'd like to add more stuff to that particular nonprofit. And another thing I'd like to be able to do is be able to help doctors in my local area that might be interested in treating the transsexual, transgender patients through the medical process in my area to learn how to better how to treat transgender patients, transsexual patients. Mm. Oh yeah, maybe it's difficult, maybe it's not. I don't know. I've met a lot of good doctors within my journey through my medical transition, and it's definitely been a growing experience with the ups and the downs. Gender dysphoria, man, oh wow, gender dysphoria slash gender identity disorder, and I do believe it's a mental disorder because my mind and my body, the way I was born, my mind and body does not match. Um, and also, I want to try to because I know mental health therapy is can tend to be expensive, and a lot of times they don't charge therapists don't charge insurance companies, or insurances don't cover a lot of mental health therapy. And that's also a goal too, is to help the those who have gender dysphoria slash gender identity disorder, get that therapy that's needed. I mean, because it is needed. And at times, it's very extremely debilitating, and the depression comes on easy with that. I found that sometimes that the depression is also debilitating, can be debilitating. And just not wanting to go anywhere or do anything or just be active in life. Once I started my medical transition and got into mental health therapy and started the other processes of my medical transitions, things got better with that. It's not gone. I don't think it's never going to go away. Although it's never going to go away, things have gotten better because I'm getting treated for it. I'm researching getting treated for gender dysphoria and gender identity disorder. So I want to be healthy as I can be. Um, so yeah, it would be really awesome if I could be able to get that started for myself and others. Helping getting the medical community a little bit more educated in transgender medical medicine and treating transgender patients. And I'm hoping it can reach out to the rest of the LGBT plus community as well. And so they all need quality medical care. The closer we can get that medical care, the better it is for us, the better outcomes we have. And it's very, very difficult. So, but yeah, I guess enough on that. Maybe if there's any questions you guys want to ask, put them in the comments section below, and I'm going to do my best to be able to answer them, or send me an email. It can also be found on Facebook at Dead Mother Amanda, and you can message me there as well. And be glad to reach out for extra information that anybody may want, or just be there for support and help find out other ways of being able to help support the transgender community. And, even if it's just learning about what it is to be transsexual, transgender, and going through a medical process. And the more we know, the more we are understanding. And we may not be able to understand it totally, and that's okay too. You know, but yeah. Anyway, yeah. I think that's going to be about it for that. I'm not thinking of anything right at this. Oh yeah. So, yeah, I have a few other ideas I want to get going with this too. Actually, work into it, and is help with housing for transsexual, transgender, and LGBT plus community in the area, because it can be difficult for us to find places to live. Still, and even though it's getting better, and it continues to get better, and that's just always awesome and great to see that things are getting better for our community. Um, yeah. Anyway, yeah. I guess moving on to something else, that I've been noticing on news feeds, YouTube, other things like that that's going on in the world today, and all the Israel and Hamas thing that's going on. And what other countries, how other countries are getting involved, and how the U.S. is getting involved with that. You know, going back through it in history, but from firsthand experience with being over in the Middle East with prior military service, it's what Hamas is doing. There's really no difference between them and Hitler, Adolf Hitler, and not the Nazi regime wanting to exterminate completely, totally exterminate the Jewish people, and that's just disgusting. It's just sick and disgusting. And then seeing people even here supporting Hamas is just so vile. You know, and I don't wish harm on anybody. It'd be nice if Hamas would just cut the crap and let's learn how to get along with people. Um, Iran supporting Hamas, Hezbollah supporting, um, yeah, supporting that, and now the U.S. has got three fleets over in the Middle East. Um, and I guess President Biden has decided to send a letter to Congress for war empowerment process, which is really scary, considering with who and Hezbollah, they've got Russia and China, and God, I almost hate to bring this up. It's almost like seeing a World War III scenario starting to come true. And it is just so scary to think of that and see the possibility of that happening. And it would be a really good idea. Just be nice to see that calm down. Not everybody gets along. When somebody wants to commit genocide against a group of people, that's just sickening. And what they're doing over there, what's the best thing to do, best way to help. Um, yeah, sometimes things are just going to happen that are going to happen, and we have no control over. And all I know is just I support something that if we get involved in stuff like that, combat stuff like that, then it ends quickly. With as few casualties as possible. And also what I've seen is Rashida Tlaib accused not Iran, Israel of bombing a hospital when he did not bomb a hospital. Israel goes out of their way to try and make sure they do not harm innocent people or children. And I find it kind of sickening that people are blaming Israel for what Hamas has done to women and children. And Hamas has brutally killed children. It's just, God, I have no idea how anybody could support that. And just devastated and killed families. It's just not what this is about. Yeah, so people have different religious points of view. And there's nothing wrong with that. As long as we're treating people with dignity and respect. Well, they're calling for taking action on the senseless slaughter and annihilation of a particular people. That's just wrong. You know, it's just disheartening to see the way things are going. Mm, God, wow, heart wrenching. You know, and I see Biden is directly also. Joe Biden is also sending, trying to send aid to Gaza, and it's going right to Hamas, right straight to Hamas, and giving $6 billion to Iran, who is directly supporting Hezbollah, knowing that they want to commit genocide on the Jewish people. I met a lot of Jewish people. They're very nice, very caring, compassionate people. Don't always agree with them on a few things, but then that's okay. When I talk to other people, no matter what their background is, I've got an opportunity to learn and grow and to try to understand other people and their lives and the way they want like to live. Um, yeah, and just seeing what's happening here in the U.S. on the border with people illegally come crossing the border. I know there's a lot of good people that are crossing the border illegally. There's also a lot of people that want to do harm in the United States and to us because of what we believe, what we stand for, and on our religious faith and beliefs, whether we have that or not. Attacking our freedom. They don't like our freedoms. Where we can go and do as we please, as long as we don't try, not trying to bring harm to other people. Do I want people to come into America from other countries? Absolutely, yes. I'm all for that. Just do it the right way. Like we would have to if we wanted to move and live in another you want them to do. And sometimes it stinks having a long wait on immigration legally. And there's a long wait. There can be a long wait. Yeah, it's scary times. Very scary times. Or can be very scary times. Could this stuff have been handled differently? Probably more than likely. I don't know why, because I'm not right there in the middle of it anymore, like I used to be decades ago. And not much has changed when it comes to being over there in the Middle East and to Muslims and Jewish people. I don't know how much, when is enough? When is enough? For me, I believe it's gone well beyond enough is enough. And, yeah, all I know is I just don't want to see another major world war start to break out. Although I don't want to see that break out, all the signs that it's going that way are there. They're there, and I see them plain as day. plain as day. Um, Iran and their factions, they hate Israel, the Jewish people, and they hate America and the American people. Hamas hates Israel and the Jewish people. They also hate America and the American people. There's a lot of things I think that should be done. It doesn't mean it's the right thing to do, and I'm not going to get into that. It just needs to stop.
Does it bother you if I make some tuna fish?
Romaine asking me a question. So, yeah. But anyway, yeah, it's just sometimes it's disheartening. I know. And I was also thinking about, talking about a Jubilee episode that happened not too long ago. Trans conservatives versus trans liberals. That might be for another time. There's a lot of things in there that I've got some ideas about. I guess maybe I'll get into a few of them. I guess maybe. Now let's save that for another episode. Just if you after you watch this and there's something you'd like to talk to me about, just let me know, and I'm gonna try to make these a little bit earlier today, and so it's not so late in the day. And get on here live, so hopefully some people can get on here. So this is done. Mother Amanda signing out. Love you all. Have a great rest of the day.